Welcome to the tutorial on Constructor and Destructor in C++. In this tutorial, we will learn constructor, destructor, types of constructor with one demo program. Let's see constructor. A constructor is a special member function whose task is to initialize the objects of its class. It is special because its name is same as the class name. The constructor is invoked whenever the object of its associated class is created. It is called constructor because it constructs the value of data members of the class. Constructor declaration and definition. This is a class test where there are two data members A and B. This is a constructor where the name of the constructor and the class is same. This is declaration. It is defined outside test, scope resolution operator and the constructor name, where A is initialized to 5 and B is initialized to 10. Let's see destructor. A destructor is used to destroy the objects, that is, deallocates the memory, invoked when an object is destroyed. Like constructor, the destructor name is the same as the class name, but is preceded by a tilde sign. For example, tilde test. This is a destructor. A destructor takes no argument and has no return types. There are three types of constructor: default constructor, parameterized constructor, and copy constructor. Let's see one by one. Default constructor. A constructor that accepts no arguments is called default constructor. Initialize the data members with no arguments. For example, to initialize the variables A and B, default constructor is used. A equal to 5 and B equal to 10. There are the two ways. Another way is test colon A5 and B10. Next, parameterized constructor. To initialize the data members of different objects with different values achieved by passing arguments to the constructor when the objects are created. The constructor that can take arguments are called parameterized constructors. For example, to initialize A and B, test int x, int y, where the value of x is given to A and y is given to B. Next is copy constructor. To declare and initialize an object from another object. The process of initializing through a copy constructor is known as copy initialization. A reference variable has been used as an argument to a copy constructor. Cannot pass the argument by value to a copy constructor. For example, test ampersand t. This is reference variable. A equal to t dot a and b equal to t dot b. Let's see one demo program which is already written in a code blocks. This program is basically demonstrates how to use the three different types of constructors and destructor. Here in this program, two data members are taken. First, default constructor, which is used to initialize A equal to 10 and B equal to 5. Next, copy constructor, parameterized constructor, where x and y will be used to initialize A and B. And next, copy constructor, where the reference variable object t is used to initialize A and B. Display function is used to display the values of A and B, and destructor is invoked when the object is destroyed, and it will display the message object destroyed. In the main, three objects are created: T1, T2 and T3. T1 is created when the default constructor is used. when T2 is created when the parameterized constructor is used, and T3 where copy constructor is used. In T3 object is passed as argument. In T2 integer numbers are passed as an argument, and T1 where no arguments are passed. And finally, using display functions, the values of T1, T2 and T3 are displayed. Just see the output. The values are displayed, and finally destructor is invoked 3 times as there are 3 objects: object destroyed, and object destroyed. Let's recap. We have seen constructor, destructor and types of constructor, default constructor with no arguments, parameterized constructor with 2 arguments, and copy constructor with object as a argument. Thank you. This is the end of tutorial. For any queries, please mail me at shubhashree.savant@mit.asia.